Hello YouTube, this is Falamanga here doing a review of the Sony NEX-3, and what we have here is the Sony NEX-3 with the 18-55mm lens. Now this is a little quick review. If you do watch my videos, this is the camera I used to record. I got this in May, which meaning if you look at my videos from May onwards, this is the camera I'll be using to do my videos with. If you have seen some that record the computer screen, that's called BB Flashback Express. That's free download, but mainly concentrating on this today. It's called the Sony NEX-3. Now the difference between the Sony NEX-3 and the Sony NEX-5, this is Sony NEX-3 with the plastic case. The Sony NEX-5 has the a magnesium alloy case. This is just plastic. That also records in full 1080p. This only records in 720p. I say only, it's still amazing quality. Main features of this camera: interchangeable lenses. Now the one lens I have on here is called the 18-55mm lens. Really good zoom on it. Very good sensor. It's got a much bigger sensor than it has on normal compact camera. And if you're wondering what type of camera this is, because it looks quite funny, because you've got a massive lens on a little compact camera, it's actually called a compact system camera. And what it is, in a normal DSLR camera, they've got a little mirror box which takes quite a lot of space. That's why it's so big and chunky, and that's why it has like a little viewfinder. This one's called a compact system camera, which means it's got a compact design. All you've got to do is put the battery in the SD card and the little software in it, and the lens does the rest of the job. It's got a massive sensor in it that's does the job of the mirror box, and this is the massive lens actually takes the epic photographs. Other main features, except the lens, they're interchangeable, which means that you can buy they call it a pancake lens, which is just a 16mm massive wide angle. This is really good wide angle, but this is 18. But if you go to a 16mm, it's even wider. It takes epic panoramas because it's got a special panorama view on it. Another lens is called a telephoto lens, which is I think it's 18 to 200mm, which is also another massive zoom. Also comes with anti-glare cap. I'm really not quite sure what this is called. That's anti-glare, and then this is a lens cap as well. And also comes with flash in this little box here. Don't know if you can see that little flash, and I'll show you how to put that on. It's a bit fiddly, but you either keep it on all the time or you keep it off. I'm not in the situation where I take lots of flash photos. I normally do my photos in daylight. Easy, just screw it on, flip it up, turn it on, and take a flash photo. Now, I've got the camera on now. It's not just any old compact system. It's not just any old compact camera. Actually got lots of different things you can do with it. It's got manual. So instead of having the top twirly thing, you turn around to manual. It's got like a special thing you can change around in here. So we've got program auto. I normally keep it on that one. Aperture priority. Shutter priority and manual exposure. You can change the exposure and the f-stop. Good panorama shots. It takes about 32 photos as you pan around taking the photo. That's very good. I've got some good ones of that. Anti-motion blur scan. You go to here. Handheld twilight, which takes handheld twilight, which is basically if it's in low light, it takes 3 quick shots and it merges them together to make it ultra crystal clear shot. Because normally when you're at night, the shutter's open for quite a long time so that light can be let in, but that means it's blurry. But it takes 3 quick shots and heightens the exposure. That's just detail point into what goes on inside this camera. Okay, got an eye auto. You cannot take a bad photo in eye auto. Let's take that off so you can see what's going on. Really good zoom. Background defocus. So let's say it wants to focus on my hand. Let's focus on my hand now, and you can crispen up the background. Oh, I had the flash on that time. takes really good photographs. You probably can't see it on this camera. I'm actually recording with my iPhone 4 at the moment. Basically, and then if you see a little symbol here, it changes what mode it's in. It probably won't do it for me because it's annoying. Anyway, I normally keep it in program mode, so lots of different things. And obviously, you can change what goes on down here as well. Probably can't see it from where it's recording on the iPhone. You can just turn the flash off by putting it down. Also, really good features with this camera is that it comes with little. If you can see here, it's got the movie. So as soon as you press that, it starts recording. Or you can change the thing in the system where if you press it, it'll change to movie mode, but it won't actually take the photo. Another brilliant thing with this camera is that the screen tilts, which is really helpful when I'm down on the floor trying to take pictures. I don't want to get down there on the horrible floor. So what I do, you just tilt the screen up and bada bing, bada boom. You can take the photos like that, and obviously you can pull it out not just like that, but like that as well, just to look cool. And if you're in a crowd, you can take photos over people or over a fence, and that's just very, very handy and clever. Now, if you wanted to know the price of this camera, this one is actually $400. If you're looking for the Sony NEX-5 with more features, it's about $500, and the lenses depend. This lens alone costs £250. It's really the lens that makes up this amazing camera. Telephoto costs $649 alone, so you have to buy 650, and then plus the actual body of the camera. You also have to get an adapter, then the big telephoto lens, and the adapter is about £100. Now, if you're into macro photography, the macro lens is coming out in September. That costs £100, and along with the new macro lens, the new Sony NEX range is coming out. So Sony NEX-C3, Sony NEX-C3, which is 16. This one's actually 14.2 megapixels. Says it there, you can't see it. It says 14.2 megapixels. It is 14.2 megapixels, and the new one that's coming out in September is 16.2, which is epic. But it's really not about how many pixels it has, it's what it does with the pixels. And overall, this is just an amazing camera, really. I did try to put it on one of the other things, it's got a little tripod stand there. I did put it in my GorillaPod, but it just fell over because the lens was so heavy. What SD card do I use? Now, don't know if you can see that there, but I use a SanDisk 30 megabytes per second, 8 gigabytes, and it's very good because it's got quick read and write speeds. Sorry, it's called this SanDisk Extreme. They do an even more extreme one, which is called like Extreme. I'm really not sure. This goes up to about 16 or 32 gig, and it holds about 1,000 photos, or if you've got it in low quality mode, about 15,000 photos, which is epic. I've probably said epic too much, but there you go. Batteries, very good battery life as well. They've engineered the battery life to be very good. Slots in and out. It's not AA batteries or AAA batteries. You just a separate charger. You shove it into the charger. Take out the battery, put it into the charger, and off you go. It takes about 3 or 4 hours to charge, depending on if you've gone from exhausted the battery out. Very good camera. Really would recommend that. I did say at the start this was going to be a quick review, but there you go. So much to say about this camera. Now this is the Sony NEX-3 KS. K stands for the lens, S stands for silver. It also comes in red, also comes in black. I've probably said everything, but there is probably more to say about it. This has been Falamangashinto doing I say quick, but a review of the Sony NEX-3. Okay, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.